Question. Yeah, we've got 4 questions. The second one is a 2-part question, and the first part, before you came back in, we had asked the audience 4 different things, and we asked them if they thought that was unconstitutional, and we had the majority of the people thought that Obamacare, especially the individual mandate, was unconstitutional. So this question will kind of refer to that. And we have 1 minute for the answer for this one. Okay, the audience was asked the above questions and believed the following are unconstitutional, and Obamacare was what they decided on. If you are asked to vote on legislation that pays for the full year of veterans' benefits, but also funds for the spending for items you deem unconstitutional, such as Obamacare, will you vote for or against the bill, and why?
As far as Obamacare goes, I actually have found that Obamacare has been very beneficial. Both hospitals have come out in favor of Obamacare. That the reason why they're beneficial to the hospitals is the hospitals make more money by there. There are good parts to this bill. There's good parts to all bills that they put forth. And a lot of the representatives like a lot of fat added to it for their own districts or so. And I think that the line item veto is where we need to have something so that people can just knock out some of these fat parts that they're getting for their own selves that are not necessary, and that they try to hold the Congress under fear of like filibustering there. And so I just think that the people of this country do need health care, and I agree, health care is ridiculous when you can buy a $100,000 operation in one part of town and get it for $50,000 at the other part of town. And I got 2 more minutes? Okay.
Okay, question number 3. Candidates often campaign on the notion that the United States should cut off foreign aid to certain countries based on their behavior and ally status. Considering that we are almost $17 trillion in debt, this seems like a no-brainer to us. What countries do you believe should be cut off from foreign aid, and will you commit to voting no on a bill that sends American aid to these countries, even if the bill is the mechanism for funding veterans' benefits? You have 1 minute for this.
I will try to eliminate what I think is something that needs to be voted no on. Under no circumstances would I vote no under a veterans benefit. Right now I have a claim in for my hard of hearing, tinnitus or so, from where I've got it in Korea, from sitting in between quad 50 machine guns. But my hard of hearing is nothing compared to what some of our guys have lost all of their limbs and their arms and all of that stuff. So honestly, I would try to modify whatever I could. And yes, I would vote for my veterans, my comrades in arms. That's it.
Okay, this is the 4th and final question, and he will be allowed 2 minutes to answer this one. Okay, organizations like the Cape County Tea Party have been targeted by Barack Obama's IRS for undue and likely illegal scrutiny, while Democrat-leaning organizations were approved with haste. The director of the IRS, Lois Lerner, testified on Capitol Hill today regarding that scandal. What is your first question that you would have asked Ms. Lerner, and what is your solution to this problem we have with the IRS?
I don't believe that's too hard of a question to answer. I think every organization that applies for tax-free status should be judged on their own merits, not on whether they are Republicans or Democrats or conservatives or liberals, whatever. My first question would have asked her, why did they judge conservative people just because they were conservative when they're I don't understand a lot of the things that go on in things. That's the reason why that we do have a staff that we can be counseled by and take their advice and actually take the advice of the people out in our areas for their, which we have not done, where 99% of the people voted that on the gun amendment there, where then our Congress did not see fit to even take into granted, to take anything for sure that our people, I'm sorry to get a little tongue-tied here, that I think that we have to put everything under its own merit and listen to the people who are advising us and listen to our constituents on there, and the people will tell you what they want, and that sometimes what they want might not be the best thing in this world for all of us, but it is for the majority. And I think one of the things that Abe Lincoln did say, of the people, for the people, and not the people, and hopefully not perish from this earth. That's mine.
Thank you very much, Dr. George.